So you're thinking of moving to Charleston, South Carolina, and specifically James Island. Well, in this video, we're gonna go over James Island. We're gonna go over a map tour, some of the sites to see. We're gonna talk about the restaurants, the schools, the activities, everything you need to know to get a general overview of James Island to make a decision to see if you would like to move there. And we're also gonna talk about the proximity to some of the other areas in Charleston as well. And at the end of the video, I'm even gonna go through a market report of James Island to show you what we're looking at right now in terms of what's being sold and the price points. All that and more in today's video. Let's go ahead and jump right in. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, make sure you click the subscribe button down below to be the first to know about everything going on in the Charleston area. My name is Garrett Linderman. I'm a local real estate agent, and every day my partner Taylor and I get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you looking to make their move to Charleston, and we absolutely love it. Whether you're moving in 7 days or 7 months, make sure to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even click the link in the description to meet us on Zoom. All right, so let's jump right into the video. Like I said, we're gonna do a map tour of James Island. James Island is one of the big three, what I call the big three. So I'm right here on the map of Charleston, and everything is going to be central to this downtown area right here. So whenever you think of Charleston, go ahead and think of the downtown area or the peninsula as the center of Charleston. All right, so like I said, the big three. The big three is gonna be Mount Pleasant, James Island, and West Ashley, and then also Johns Island. Let's put Johns Island here. But today we're gonna be talking about James Island, okay? So quick story, I actually grew up on James Island. I went to middle school and high school there. I know the area very well. I went off to college, and then I came back and I lived on James Island for a little bit. And then now I live in West Ashley. So I know the area very well, and I'm excited to share with y'all what I personally love about it, what you need to know, and what the price points look like. So just to start off, the proximity, like I said, James Island is separated by the Stono River here, and then as well we have the Wappoo Cut right here, and then right through here we have the Ashley River. So with James Island, you have connection points to Johns Island through here. This is Maybank Highway, and then you can get to downtown a couple of ways here. That's the James Island connector. And then if you go through West Ashley to downtown through here, you can get there as well. It only takes about 5-10 minutes to get downtown from James Island, depending on where you're at. And then additionally, you're really close to Folly Beach. So here's Folly Beach. So James Island is within proximity to a little bit of everything. One thing you'll notice about James Island is that there is water everywhere. That's kind of the central theme with a lot of these areas in Charleston. But James Island has several points of entry to get to the water if you wanted to put your boat in the water. So there's several boat landings. There is one right over here. That's technically West Ashley, but it's right on the edge. That's the Wappoo Cut right here. And there's a boat landing there. There's a boat landing right over here. There's also a boat landing right over here to get to the Stono River. And then from there, you can go wherever you want. All right, what do the homes look like on James Island? Well, they're gonna be a mix because we've had some new developments on James Island. Not a ton because there's not really much land for sale, but we do have a couple newer construction neighborhoods, as well as several of the homes are just, older brick ranch style homes built in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. We have some homes built in the early 2000s, and those homes and their style reflect that. And then we have some newer homes kind of scattered throughout James Island that people might have found a one-off plot of land and they built a home on the water. It's raised up, they have a drive under garage, and some of those are bigger, grander homes. But we also have larger homes right on the water that are more established in a more established neighborhood. And you get a lot of that on James Island. You have some well-established neighborhoods with more grown trees, and there are just some really pretty parts of James Island to check out. And again, I'm going to go through a market report at the end of the video and show you a couple of the homes on James Island and what they look like. Okay, so now let's look at some of the neighborhoods on James Island. Obviously, there's a bunch of different neighborhoods. I'm only going to go through a few of the main ones. First off is Lighthouse Point. That's actually where I grew up, and I loved it because it was around several other neighborhoods where there was lots of kids and parks. The high school was right down the road for me. So Lighthouse Point is going to be right here. Let me get my drawing tool. This is Lighthouse Road, and it's right off of Fort Johnson Road, which is one of the main roads in James Island. And it's important to note, to understand James Island, it's kind of a big circle real quick. You have Folly Road, which runs all the way down the length. That goes to Folly Beach. Then you have Fort Johnson Road, which goes over here. And then you have Harbor View Road. Okay, so you have this one big loop that goes right around James Island, and then another one is Camp Road that kind of cuts through as a shortcut. And there's some other main ones as well, but Folly Road, Fort Johnson, and Harbor View are kind of the main roads that make a loop on James Island. And then of course we have Riverland Drive right over here that gets you around to this side and to Johns Island, and then Maybank Highway that gets you to Johns Island. Okay, back to Lighthouse Point. I really love Lighthouse Point. I'm a little biased because I live there, but I also know a lot about it. You're right next to one of the soccer fields, the James Island Youth Soccer Club. You have several homes back in there that are on the water. You can see here we're on the water and on the creeks. Let's just do let's go ahead and do a street view of Lighthouse Point. So this was taken in the winter time, but you can see here the entrance. We have the soccer field on the right side, and we have a church right over here. It's a more established neighborhood, so you still have these big trees, big beautiful trees as you're entering the neighborhood. Let's go ahead. You have a sidewalk path here on the right. All right, so this is important because if you're not used to Charleston at all, you're not gonna be used to some of the eclecticness, if that's a word, of some of the different areas. So you'll have like older 70s style mansard homes. You'll have brick ranch homes. As I go down, you'll see what I'm talking about. You have that brick ranch style. As I go down here, more brick ranch style homes in the front section of the neighborhood here. If I go to the back, which I'm going to do right now, you'll see that there's some newer homes. There's actually a newer development in Lighthouse Point, but you can kind of get a feel for, there's some smaller homes in the front. Let me go ahead and go to the back of the neighborhood. Okay, towards the back of the neighborhood, and you can see these homes are elevated because they're right on the creek over here, right on the water. This picture was taken back in, looks like March of 2022. They were doing some building here on this road. These homes are larger, more grand, more square footage, really pretty homes. So you have a couple options, and there's several on the water back here. And here you can kind of see the lay of the land in Lighthouse Point, how adjacent you are to one of the creeks right here. You can see several homes have docks that reach out to the creek where people can put their boat in. Not all of these are going to be on deep water, meaning at least 3 feet at low tide. Some are. Those are going to be more expensive homes. Back in this section of the creek, these are deep water homes, so you can almost always get a boat in and out of the water no matter what time of the day it is or where the tide is at. Okay, moving on to another neighborhood. So we were right over here in Lighthouse Point, and now we're going to be moving over to this west side right over here, which is a neighborhood called Riverland Terrace. Okay, so Riverland Terrace is a great area, and it's near several things. You have the Terrace Theater, which is kind of a smaller, more boutique movie theater. It's just a really cool area to go check out. You have the Charleston Poorhouse where a lot of bands play, and you have several restaurants right over in this area. You have the Charleston Municipal Golf Course right here. It's a great golf course. Make sure you check it out if you are an avid golfer. And then, we have, like I said earlier, we have the public boat landing right over here to get into Wapoo Creek, which then leads out to the Stono. In addition to that, over here, you can get right over to Johns Island if you want, or you can go ahead and head to West Ashley or downtown this way. So Riverland Terrace is kind of this little corner, this little nook that's really pretty, and I'll go ahead and show you what some of the neighborhood looks like. Okay, so I'm just strolling through Google Street View, and you'll kind of see a similar thing. You have some older 50s style homes that are 2-bed 1-baths or 2-bed 2-baths, with siding on them. Not a whole lot of brick homes. There are some, but you also have, different styles kind of scattered throughout. You'll have people as well that purchased a plot of land and then demoed that house and then built a bigger house. You'll have people that just added on to these smaller homes. And as you go towards the back of the neighborhood, you'll see that there's some nicer homes as well. So let's go check those out. Okay, so we are right on the back corner of the creek where some of these homes are on the water, and they are on deep water. These homes are going to be very expensive, but you can see they're very grand and large. You have the moss trees back here. This is right on the Wapoo Cut right here. You can see we have different styles of homes back here. And here's an empty lot. Maybe you can buy this one. Yeah, so I'm just kind of going through, and this is what I always recommend. If you're out of town and you're looking to move to a place, play around on Google Street View. Honestly, you can get a feel for the area, watch these videos. If there's an area specifically of interest and you want to know what style homes look like, go on Zillow. I can set you up on the MLS if you want to get specific, data or details on each house. And then if you are interested in a neighborhood, just go on Google Street View and just check out what the homes and neighborhood looks like. That's the best way to get a feel for a neighborhood. So you can see, just some really pretty streets with large trees and some grand homes mixed in with some smaller homes. There's a good mix. The price points over here are going to range on the very low end, like very, very small homes in the 4s and 5s, and then the homes on in the middle of the neighborhood that are going to be nice are going to be 1 to 2 million, and then homes on the water go up to 5 million or a little bit more. And those homes on the water are going to be more expensive because they have access to deep water, and that is what everybody wants here, and so people pay a premium for that. Okay, so that was Riverland Terrace. I want to take you to the other side of James Island and talk about this area. It's also a very well-established portion of James Island, and that is going to be right off of where Fort Johnson Road comes down right here. We have the South Carolina DNR down here. We have the James Island Yacht Club, which is a gorgeous view of the Ravenel Bridge. We have Sunrise Park over here. And in this area, we have Fort Johnson Estates. We have Parrot Creek and some other neighborhoods right over here. These are all along, you can see the water and the creeks. And these are going to be more well-established neighborhoods. And I'm going to show you what those look like. I'm going to go ahead and go into, let's do Parrot Creek right now, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so I'm over here on James Island. We have some tennis courts over here and a park. And then this is the entrance to Parrot Creek. So we're going to go ahead and drive through virtually. If y'all are getting value from this video, go ahead and drop a like. Go ahead and like this video. It helps the channel out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you go ahead and do that as well. Okay, Google Street View is not going super fast. Okay, so here's the front of the neighborhood. Again, keep in mind, front to back homes are going to change a little bit. A lot of these homes are going to be siding or brick homes. They're not going to be brick ranch homes so much. They're going to be more traditional or colonial style homes, but they're going to have larger lots, and some are going to be on the water. A lot of trees in the neighborhood. Kids are riding around on their bikes, people are on runs, moms pushing their babies in strollers. I'm just kind of driving around virtually. It's so fun to see what's going on at different times of the year. Sometimes you get a picture that's 2023 and sometimes you get a picture that's 2012, and it's fun to see how the neighborhood has changed or certain houses have changed. So I'm on this back road here, and back here, I don't know if you can see, but these homes are on the creek back here. And some of these homes are, most of these are going to be deep water. It just is house dependent on whether it's true deep water or not. These are larger, grander homes, really pretty. I know several people in this neighborhood and they've lived here for a long time. They absolutely love it. And so yeah, this kind of gives you an idea of what these homes look like in Parrot Creek. Also, I didn't talk about the price point of Parrot Creek. Those are going to be, the ones on the water are going to be upper $1 million range, probably 1.8, 1.9 up to lower $2 million. You know, further up the front of the neighborhood, they're going to be under that, of course. But again, you pay a premium for being on the water, especially deep water. All right, let's have a little bit of fun and go right over here and see some beautiful homes right on the harbor, and that'll take you to Sunrise Park and towards the Yacht Club. Okay, so you can start to see through the trees the caliber of these homes. You are going to be paying one of the most premiums on this part of James Island because you're right on the water. You have deep water, of course, and you know, perfect access to the harbor and surrounding areas. Again, you can see here kind of the caliber of these homes. Very large, grand, traditional style homes on big lots. And I'm just clicking through Google Street View so you can get an idea of this part of the neighborhood. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it on your end, but it looks like it was kind of a rainy, cloudy day. Through here, I'll zoom in. You can see the Charleston-Ravenel Bridge. Usually it's a much more clear view, but that's the proximity of where we're at with James Island. You have this perfect view, unobstructed, through the harbor to the Ravenel Bridge. Here's another gorgeous home, huge lot. Okay, and as we're going back, we are gonna pass Sunrise Park over here on the right. It's got its own little beach access over here if you went through the parking lot. And then back here we have the James Island Yacht Club, which has a fairly long wait list to get on, and you know, costs money to get in, but they host events there. So that's where the James Island Yacht Club is. Here's some pictures from the James Island Yacht Club. You can see the view of the bridge right here. Let's go down. Some beautiful sunsets and sunrises at the James Island Yacht Club. You know, they have a little space where you can hang out. So yeah. They have a park. A lot of sailing going on in the Charleston Harbor. And then look at that view, guys. Okay, that's kind of a sneak peek at some of the neighborhoods there. I know I touched on some of the more expensive homes. There are several properties that are not that expensive on James Island. The median price point of James Island is probably going to be closer to $550 to $650 for something that's fixed up and move-in ready. So just keep that in mind. They're not all $1 million, $2, $3, $5 million homes. But that's kind of the proximity of James Island and some of the neighborhoods, so you can get a feel for what the homes look like. Now I want to talk about some of the activities that are involved. First off, I'm going to start with James Island County Park, which is right over here. And James Island County Park is a mecca for nature and event spaces. There is a water park, splash zone, water park, lots of trails for walking and biking and running. They have a rock climbing wall. They have a disc golf course, and just a lot of cool things here. And one thing in particular that I like, it's almost Christmas. It's December 14th as of right now. And one thing I really like to do is the James Island Festival of Lights. So let's go ahead and click on this and see if we can find some pictures from the Festival of Lights to show you. So the Festival of Lights, if you aren't familiar, which you're probably not if you're watching this video, you drive through the county park and there's all these different lights set up around the park, and you just drive around and enjoy it, and that's about it. And it's just a really good time. They also have a dog park here. Here's some more pictures of the lights here. Someone's got a video. I'll mute that for you. They got the palmetto trees lit up. Look at that, someone's got, they got lights of the Ravenel Bridge and just some other landmarks around Charleston. Really cool. You could, oh, I don't know if you caught it, but you see how there's two different bridges? There's the newer one, Ravenel Bridge, and then before that we had the old bridges. There was two of them and they were pretty sketchy. And those got blown up, torn down, and replaced with a much safer bridge. So we have the Festival of Lights, we have the dog park, you can go camping there, you can do paddle boarding, paddle kayaking, whatever you call that. You have a park for kids, you know, just a lot of cool things going on here. All right, next is going to be the James Allen Rec Center. This is, you know, mainly for, you know, kids, you know, below high school. You know, they have the baseball fields here. This is where I grew up playing basketball and baseball at some of the fields. So just know, you know, if you have kids, there's a lot to do. There's several soccer fields around James Allen. The rec center is a great place to get involved. They have gymnastics, playground. Again, multiple baseball fields and a pool. So that's where the rec center is right here. Something else we have is a ropes course right here off of Folly Road. This is pretty cool and unique to James Allen. To my knowledge, I don't know if we have another one around the area. We probably do, and I just don't know about it. But they have this ropes course, Wild Blue ropes course right off of Folly Road. I'm not the biggest fan of heights, so I haven't done this one yet. Could be a cool activity. And then we also have a couple different golf courses. So we have the Charleston Municipal Golf Course. Let's get a good picture for you. They actually just recently redid a huge portion of the golf course. So it looks really good now, right near the water. There you have the Johns Island Bridge. Okay, and going over here, we also have the Country Club of Charleston. This is a very well-known course. A lot of people play here and they have tournaments here. It's just a beautiful course, and you're right on the water. I mean, couldn't ask for a better golf course right on James Allen. Here you can see a view from the course looking right over the James Allen Connector, and right over here is downtown, and that's the harbor with some of the boats. You can see with this shot right here, this is the Wapu Cut that I was talking about earlier. And right over here is the Country Club. So these are some houses right on the water that lead over to the Country Club. Okay, let's talk about schools really quick. There's several on the island. So wherever you're living, you have access to kindergarten and middle school and high schools as well. I went to James Allen Charter High School, which is right over in this area. We have Camp Road Middle School, which is right over here, and several other ones too. We have private preschools and daycares and whatnot. So yeah, a lot of different schools kind of scattered throughout the small island. So schooling is, there's no shortage of schooling right in James Allen. All right, let's talk restaurants. I love food so much, so I'm excited to talk about this. Just to give you an honest general overview, there's so many different restaurants in Charleston. James Allen has some pretty good ones that put up a fight, but you know, they're not going to compare to downtown. They're just a different style. There's some seafood restaurants, there's some hidden gems, a couple good barbecue restaurants. So, you know, restaurants aren't lacking. You're not going to find Charleston's best restaurant in Charleston, but there are some really good ones. So let's start with Bohemian Bull, which is going to be right, let me find it. Oh, here it is. Okay, here's Bohemian Bull right here. You can see they have a ton of reviews. Here's the inside. Sandwiches, burgers, fried seafood, a bunch of other different things. This is making me hungry right now. Wings, good drinks, nachos. Can't go wrong with that. Okay, for an Italian option, I'm gonna give away one of my secrets. Mondo's is an Italian restaurant right over here, and it is one of my all-time favorite restaurants on James Island. Yeah, here it is. It's like tucked away in this little tiny shopping center. You wouldn't even know it's there. It's right next to a Sonic, but they have some of the most amazing Italian cuisine that I've had, and I've been going there for over 10 years now. So make sure you check out Mondo's. Shout out to y'all. You've been making really good food for a long time, so go check out Mondo's. Additionally, we couldn't not talk about some seafood restaurants. I really like Ellis Creek Fish Camp, and on top of that, you have a really great view over here. This is when it was raining, but really good. Here's a good example of the view right on the water, basically, and the seafood is so good. You just you park and you go up here to the counter and you order, and then they bring you your food. So here's kind of another example of what the view looks like. Ellis Creek Fish Camp, really good option. And of course, we have to hit on a barbecue restaurant. One of my favorites is Melvin's, which is going to be right over here in this area. Melvin's has incredible barbecue and burgers, and that's the sign, you know, you're in the right place when the pig is your mascot. So Melvin's is really good. There's a shopping center over here with a Publix. Every time I drive over there, I can just smell Melvin's, and it makes me want to stop in every single time. So don't look at this video for too long. You're going to want to move down here just to get some of this. I think I touched on this briefly, but the Terrace Theater, which is right over here next to the Poorhouse. The Poorhouse is a music venue, but the Terrace Theater is just this really cute, quaint movie theater, and you know, you can get drinks and some food. These aren't the best pictures, but it's a smaller movie theater, and they have, you know, special events that go on all the time there and showings. Make sure you go to the Terrace Theater. And then also right across the street, we have the Charleston Poorhouse. You're gonna have a lot of awesome musicians playing there and bands. It's just a really cool scene. They have an outdoor area as well where you can sit outside. They got a little drum circle going on here. They have another stage here outside. Really popular place to be weeknights and also on the weekends. And then real quick, I want to touch on the different locations for boat launches. I think I already did that, but I want to do it one more time. Wherever you are in James Island, you're within basically 10 minutes of being able to launch your boat. We have one right over here for the Wapu Cut. We have another next to Riverland Terrace. Those are both public boat landings. And then we have one way down here. Let me exit out so you can see. So if you go all the way down Folly Road, I really like this one. This is off of Sol Legree. You come all the way down here, and then right here, you can go right out into the Stono both ways. Okay, and shopping. Grocery stores, there's plenty of them. We actually have two Publixes. We have one right over here, and then we'll also have another Publix right down Folly Road over in this area, and then we also have a Harris Teeter over here as well. Actually, we have two Harris Teeters. We have Harris Teeter over in this area, excuse me, right over here, and then another Harris Teeter kind of right over in this area as well. So you're not going to be without shopping or grocery shopping, and then we have little shops kind of scattered throughout. You know, there's little stores and stuff like that. It's not like downtown Charleston. I probably do most of my shopping downtown Charleston and some other places. They have the mall in West Ashley, so there's no mall or anything like that on James Island. Usually would travel to go to those places, but those are all within, you know, 10, 15, 20-minute drives. All right, so we've gone through some of the schools, the restaurants, some of the activities, some of the neighborhoods, and now I'm going to actually show you what some more of the homes look like and talk about the price points, and then we're gonna give you a market report of where James Island stands right now with median price point and how the market's looking. Okay, so I'm just gonna go down this list and you know, just talk about each one a little bit. This one is $660,000. It's over in Riverland Terrace. We talked about that. It's a 3-bed, 1-bath, and it's rather small, about 1,000 square feet. So these are some of those homes on the you know, front side of the neighborhood before you get to the back. Really pretty though. It's got a good yard. There you can see the proximity to the Stono River. Here's the inside, hardwood floors. It's an older home. Again, only 1,000 square feet. Here's another one in Riverland Terrace. This is a 3-bed, 2-bath. This is listed for $795. This one's more fixed up. You can see they've I think, added on to this one and made it look newer. They have hardwood floors in this one, staged it really well, updated countertops, different lighting. They have recessed lighting. You can see it's more updated. Here's the bathrooms. Sorry, now I'm going a little fast. These pictures are not the best. All right, here's a great example of a brick ranch. This is a 3-bed, 2-bath, right under 1,600 square feet for $675. It's got a good sized yard. I think it's on about 1/3 of an acre. It's fixed up. Looks like, I think these are hardwood floors as well. Updated kitchen. Here's your dining room. Nice backsplash on the back wall. Recessed lighting, gas stove, gas appliances. Here's the living area. Here's a view of the backyard. Looks like you're right on a creek on this one. Good sized backyard. Here's a really popular neighborhood. This is actually a great example. I didn't go over this in the neighborhood example, but this is Seaside Plantation. These homes are going to be newer. This is a 3-bed, 2.5-bath, I believe, right around 2,000 square feet. It was built in 2015, has hardy plank siding. So you have some homes that have that newer look. This is a larger neighborhood, but still pretty established. It's obviously not as established as some of the ones that have, the homes were built in the 60s and whatnot, but this is a very popular option for a neighborhood to live in. Pretty home, gas fireplace, tall ceilings, Craftsman trim, tall cabinets, big kitchen. I don't know if these are hardwoods. I think these are hardwoods as well, not true hardwoods. You can kind of get a feel for the builder grade in these photos. And this one is $825. All right, here's a great example going up in the price bracket of more of a newer construction. This is a 5-bedroom, 4.5-bath, 3,200 square feet, built in 2022. You see you have the double porch right on the front, detached 2-car garage with a mother-in-law suite above, engineered hardwood plank, quartz countertops, or it looks like it might be marble or quartz, tall ceilings. Look at those faux beams. Those look really good. Gas appliances and fireplace. Just a lot of square footage in this home and these homes in this neighborhood. All right, and one last home. This is going pretty much all the way, not quite to the top, but basically this is a $3 million home on James Island over by where the yacht club is. It's a neighborhood called Eastwood. When I was going through and showing you the Google Street View of some of those nicer homes right on the water. This one is not right on the Charleston Harbor, but it does have a marsh view and a water view still, and it is gorgeous. It's got 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, and over 4,000 square feet. And I'll just kind of do a walk through. There's the entrance, big porch on the front, double stairway, walk in, and you can see a grand living area and the kitchen, and looks like they got a pool table over there, the dining room with the view, the back porch, huge lot. That's kind of cool. They have a jukebox and pool table, little Texaco gas thing. There's the kitchen, again, really tall ceilings, marble countertops, extra large fridge, here's the primary bedroom. They have some cool wood shiplap on there. There's an accent wall, huge shower. Triple shower heads, can't beat that. Huge walk-in closet. Here's the backyard area. You can see you have a ton of room and trees, very large lot. You have this little dock right here, and look at that, that's your view. So this is gonna be right at the $3 million mark and the kind of level of home that you get that comes with that. If this same home was on the other side where you could actually see the full harbor, it would not be $3 million, it would be more than that. It would probably be closer to $5 million. So you can see on James Island, there's kind of a price point for everybody, you know, starting right around the 500 mark. There's some in the 400s, but those are gonna be fixer-uppers. Even some of the 500s are gonna need some work, and we're gonna actually jump right into the market report. We're gonna look at the actual median price point and kind of how the market's doing. All right, so here is the market report for James Island. This is straight from the MLS, and we are on median price point, and you can see right in November, it was 580,000. That's basically what we talked about in the beginning of the video, between 550 and 650. And you can just see a steady trend over the last 3 years on James Island. It has become increasingly popular, and the price points have gone up pretty steadily. If you look over the past 10 years here, you can see even through all of these years, it has grown pretty steadily. Price per square foot, in October, it was looking right around 344. We had a jump or a drop down to 320 for November. You can see what homes are selling for based off of their original list price. And you can see here, you know, this is the 100% mark. Looks like people are getting about 98% of what they're asking for on the market right now. So still pretty strong. You know, back in 2022, people were selling their homes for over asking. That's why you see over 100% right here. And through 2020, right as COVID was kind of hitting, people were basically paying for whatever people were asking. Days on the market, this is the last 10 years, so I might decrease this real quick, but you can see how far down it's gone. You know, January of this year, we kind of had a time period where we were like, what's going on? It was a little bit confusing with where the rates were headed. So let's go to the 3-year, and you can see maybe it's starting to climb up a little bit. Maybe that's because of seasonality, but we're right around 8 days, average days on market for November. Before that was 3, 6, 5. So we were kind of hovering right around just a few days, basically a week. A week or less is how quickly homes are going on James Island if they're priced right, which most are. So they're moving pretty quickly. And then month supply is about 1.7 months. Healthy market is going to be around 3 months of inventory. So it's still a seller's market on James Island, and really Charleston as a whole is still a seller's market. Okay, so here you can see the new listings. This is a very seasonal chart. You can see the peaks are usually right around summertime or April and May, June, and then the troughs are gonna be right around December, basically because of the holiday season. You can see right over here, this is November, and then I would imagine December's down here. One thing to note is, this is over the last 10 years. You can see May and July right here are way lower than previous years, even in 2020, 2021, 2022. And I think the reason for that is because of the high interest rates, and those sellers that do want to sell, they bought with low interest rates a few years ago, and they don't really want to sell and buy with a 7 something interest rate or 6 something interest rate. So I think we'll see that starting to change as the Fed, they just announced that they're going to start dropping interest rates in 2024. I think they're going to drop them 3 times. We'll see what actually plays out. But right now, there's not a ton of homes on the market, but that's not stopping people from buying and selling still. If you found this video helpful, make sure you go ahead and check out some of my other videos. I do a map tour of Charleston where I explain the area as a whole. I also look at West Ashley where I do a vlog tour and kind of take you around the different neighborhoods in person and give you a feel for the different restaurants, activities, sites to see. We also look at a neighborhood in Somerville, so make sure you go ahead and check out those other videos. And if you are moving to the area, we would love to work with you. Again, my name is Garrett Linderman. Whether you're moving in 7 days or 7 months, we'd love to work with you. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. You can even click the link in the description and we can meet virtually. We would love to do that, and we've done it plenty of times. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe to stay in the know of Charleston and everything you want to know, and I hope to see y'all in the next video. Take care.